Back fresh off his significant endorsement from the United Auto Workers, President Biden visited the UAW in Michigan yesterday. The president praised workers in a passionate speech, saying the country owes them for the boom in the economy.
And folks, look, we now have, in large part because of you and the strongest economy in the whole damn world. We do. We do. In the whole world. Inflation's coming down. Jobs are growing. We created 800,000 manufacturing jobs. Remember they told us we were dead, manufacturers dead in America? China was going to eat our lunch? Well, guess what, man? We don't taste that good. So look, folks, I really mean it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the whole country owes you.
A warm reception there, but at the same time, outside the venue, a group of protesters gathered for a demonstration calling for an immediate ceasefire in the Middle East and chanting "Abandon Biden" over the president's continued support of Israel in its war in Gaza. Joining us now, White House reporter for Bloomberg News, Josh Wingrove. He was with the president on his trip to Michigan yesterday and enjoyed some Detroit-style pizza on Air Force One on the way home. Looked pretty good to me. So let's take
delicious, John.
I love Detroit-style pizza. Let's talk first about the pitch for union workers. He got the UAW endorsement, but the fight for the individual votes is very different. We know Donald Trump is making a play for them as well. He met with the Teamsters earlier this week. So talk to us about the White House's efforts, the Biden campaign's efforts to win those working class voters, some of those, particularly the white working class voters, who weren't with them last time.
Yeah, and UAW President Shawn Fain has been not fully with them the whole time. This is a pretty outspoken union leader, pretty strong figure in the labor movement right now. And so for him to kind of finally come out and do this announcement, which he did in D.C., was big for the Biden administration. But that led to this trip because there were some sort of allies around Biden who expressed a little bit of, concern that big moment dropped not in Michigan, where, of course, the UAW's footprint is not exclusively based, but is heavily based. So that sort of dynamic right now really was key to both 2016 and 2020, this fight both for the top-line union endorsements and the sort of working class actual votes. Now, Trump thinks he can win a lot of the union membership votes, even if their leadership endorses Biden. But this is a real sort of knife fight right now between the two campaigns over this sort of messaging on middle class, blue collar workers. Biden much more explicitly pro-union, whereas Trump is trying to sort of attract union members with more of a nationalist economic argument. So where this comes, we just don't know. But Biden was really trying to amplify that D.C. message in Michigan to make sure they get a bump out of it. Of course, crucial swing state, open Senate seat. A lot of stake there in Michigan.
Yeah, and it's hard to see a path for the president to win again without Michigan.
Very difficult.
Very difficult. Polls show a very tight race. In fact, he's down a little bit in most surveys, including one from Bloomberg earlier this week. And we had that split screen yesterday. Part of the reason why the president is down is because Michigan is home to a significant Arab American population, Muslim American population, and a lot of that community is very angry at him, as we showed, for his support for Israel. How does the campaign try to navigate that? There's real fury there.
Well, right now, the images you showed there, we didn't see in the president's motorcade of the protests. They sort of played, whether explicit or not, the routes they took and the schedule they drew up wasn't overly public, and Biden himself probably didn't see all that many protesters on his trips. That I think is important to know. They're trying to sort of shift the conversation. More broadly, right now, they're cranking up slowly the pressure on Israel. The White House clearly hopes that they have a better story to tell on the conflict in Gaza to the American population as a whole, including Arab Americans and Muslim Americans, in the coming weeks, months, what have you. Whether it's enough, both for those communities and more broadly progressives and young voters who just don't like the idea of this conflict, I think remains to be seen. I'll say, Jonathan, in our tracking poll released this week with Morning Consult, Bloomberg, the Michigan numbers were kind of in line. They didn't show a wild swing in Michigan against Biden as compared to similar states like Wisconsin or Pennsylvania, for instance. So, I think the jury's out a little bit here on the impact that this will have for him.
And briefly, give us a take on the campaign, the Electoral College map. They're thinking about the map because it does seem that aides I've talked to feel that Georgia and Arizona are going to be much harder this time around than in 2020. If that's the case, that puts much more emphasis on those three states around the Great Lakes, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan.
Blue wall, Jonathan, blue wall. Yeah, and they continue to attest that North Carolina is a serious thing, that they think that they have a chance of flipping North Carolina. Arizona looks really rough. Mark Zandi, a Moody's economist, favorite of Biden land, this week put out some projections that make Arizona look bad, even in a good news Biden wins scenario that he forecasts. So I think right now it's looking to be, of course, a very tight election, potentially concentrated in those 3 states, New Hampshire as well, single swing states in Nebraska, swing districts in Nebraska, in Nevada as well, where, of course, another Senate race. Right now, that Senate map and that presidential map, Jonathan, really overlapping. So a lot of this might come down to what the Democratic incumbents in the Senate races can do for Joe Biden, how big their coattails are in those races. So it's a shifting one right now. Pretty small map in some ways.
A very small map, and a lot can happen between now and November. We do know it's going to be very, very close. White House reporter for Bloomberg News, Josh Wingrove, thank you, my friend. Great to see you. Have a good weekend.